When the screen goes dark and the world won't start, you know who to call, yeah. Watching you struggle with that frozen screen. 3 days now and you're losing your mind. I see you tapping but nothing's working right. Daniel's got that look in his eyes. From sunrise to the end of the day, you're always fixing what's broken away. Why do you always stay when everyone else would walk away? Why do you always care, Daniel? Why you're always there? Coffee's getting cold while you run diagnostics, explaining every step like I'd understand. Your hands move fast across the keyboard magic, making sense of what I can't comprehend. From sunrise to the end of the day, you're always fixing what's broken away. Why do you always stay when everyone else would walk away? Why do you always care, Daniel? Why you're always there? Maybe it's not about the broken parts. Maybe it's about the way you see. Every problem has a beating heart. You won't give up on me. Now the screen's alive and everything's running smooth. You pack your tools with that quiet smile. I know tomorrow when something breaks loose, you'll be back here in a little while. That's why you always stay when everyone else walk away. That's why you always care, Dad. That's why you're always there. The screen goes dark and the world won't stop. I know who to call, yeah.
All right. Welcome. Today is Judge Webster. I like this lady. She don't take no sass from nobody. I wouldn't want to be a judge. I really wouldn't want to be a judge. I don't think I want to be a judge. So let's get this started. So let's make this bigger. And
All right, shall we take up Ms. Baker?
Yes, sir.
We are on the record in 2022 TR 1905, State versus Taryn Lynn Baker. Please announce appearances.
Your Honor, Darren Deviney on behalf of the state.
Your Honor, Darren Patterson appear on behalf of Taryn Baker, who does appear via Zoom audio visual. Judge, there are two charges here. I would announce that the state has agreed to dismiss the expired tag charge. I have that as count one, and my client would be entering a plea of guilty to the operation of motor vehicle without the required device, ignition interlock.
That is your agreement, Mr. Devaney?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Baker, how do you plead to count 2, operating a motor vehicle without the required ignition interlock device following a DUI?
I had agreed to that within the circumstances of the plea agreement that I think Darren was discussing with the prosecutor.
All right, so you are pleading guilty to
Guilty
it,
to that, yes.
to take advantage of a plea agreement?
To my understanding,
Well, we need to make sure you understand. Are you pleading guilty because you believe you are guilty?
correct. I do plead guilty.
Okay, so it's not just to take advantage of the plea offer, but because you feel you are guilty?
Correct. I was operating on that evening the motor vehicle without the interlock, so I plead guilty.
Okay, and you were under the terms of your driver's license required to have an ignition interlock device?
I believe it's restricted I believe at the time it was still restricted. I had been going through multiple agencies with the car that I have to get that interlock put in. I recently got a job. I'm a single mother of 3 kids. Finances were also an issue. At that night that I left, I have my son, which was at that time 7 months old. He was out of formula. I left the house to go to find formula. I hadn't been driving prior. I didn't even know my tag was expired. So, it was an emergency situation. So, I don't really know if that answers your question. I do apologize.
Okay, I think you do. And was this June 24th of 2022?
Correct. And I do have the interlock, and I got it very recently after that, and as well as my tag on my car.
All right, and this night that you were driving without the device, where were you driving when you were pulled over or approached about it?
Yeah, so my first stop was Dillon's. During
Okay,
this
Dillon's
time,
in what town, please? I'm sorry.
Andover, Kansas.
Okay,
There was of course, the formula shortage in that time period. Didn't have what I needed, so I was heading to Walgreens. At that time, I got pulled over. Ended up not making it to Walgreens. I was released, headed straight home. Of course, and then that following Monday, I had a family member take me to get my tags taken care of, and then take my vehicle to get the interlock. So, but that's, that was the direction I was going that evening, and the places.
all right, so you were the Dillon's Andover, and you went down Andover Road to the Walgreens?
Yeah, that's where I was trying
The
to
one
go.
in Andover? The
Yes.
one in Andover? Okay.
Correct.
Right.
As closest as I could to home. I wasn't, yes,
Okay. And you live there in Andover?
I do, right by the YMCA here.
All right, so I do have jurisdiction, and we're within the statute of limitations being June 24th of 2022. You've given me the elements of the violation, so I do find you guilty of count 2, operating a motor vehicle without required ignition interlock. Recommendations, Mr. Devaney, from the state for sentencing?
Your Honor, this is a Class A misdemeanor. I'd recommend a 90 days in jail, but 6 months. In this case, I'd request reporting probation, given the nature of the charges. My other concern, Your Honor, and one latent concern here, is that the defendant was ordered to go get booked and processed, and we still have pending in the filing cabinet, at least in my file, that we did receive an arrest warrant or an affidavit from the jail that she had failed to turn herself in and get booked and processed on this case. She was supposed to do that on September 20th of this year.
If I may, I think she had told me that she's already been arrested on that and has been booked in and processed. Is that right, Ms. Baker?
Yeah, and I was not aware that I was even supposed to get fingerprinted, or that would have been the first thing I would have done.
Ms. Baker, that's good. She's already been processed though on the warrant.
Yeah, I do have the return arrest warrant, Your Honor, for October 13th of 2022.
Excuse me, Mr. Devaney. Michelle, can you look and see if that is a bond that she has made or not?
I do have a copy of a bond, Your Honor. I don't have the date It looks like it was issued on October 13th. That would be the execution of the warrant, at least be in line with that. She had a $1,000 surety bond issued.
All right, and Mr. Deviney, that was signed December 12th, right?
Sorry, no, Your Honor, it was signed on October 13th.
October 13th, and I ordered it September 14th. So what took you so long to get out there, Miss Baker?
I was not aware that I was even supposed to get fingerprints, or I would have been out there the next day.
I'm pretty good about making sure when I tell somebody that they've got a bond and that they need to get their pictures and prints taken, I'm pretty good about doing that either myself or putting you in a breakout room with a deputy and having the deputy go over that and set a schedule for you.
Yeah,
Talking to me about that or talking to the deputy in a Sallyport room about that?
November 14th, 8 a.m. Okay, I've got that, and I will give Darren Patterson, I will be contacting him. So thank you so
Okay.
much.
And you appear on a summons, I believe.
I believe that is correct.
You will need to talk with the officers about going out and getting your prints taken.
Okay, so may I ask, so I do need to go in for fingerprinting?
You do, because you have, let me double check. Yeah, you have an A misdemeanor.
Is this going to be an OR bond? Am I going to be able to be released? Is this going to
Yes.
be today? I do have work today, so what
Well,
should
it doesn't have to be today. I'll let you talk with the deputy and she'll make you an appointment. She'll tell you the times available.
Okay,
Let's give you a $1,000 OR bond. You only pay that if you don't come to court. Okay, so Missy, could you connect Taryn Baker and Sallyport 2? So you'll get an invitation, Miss Baker. Just click on that.
no, I did not. I believe there was mention of it that we were starting to delve into, and then we had started talking about diversion at that time, and that's why I went into Darren's office last week. I asked if there was actually recollection of that video. I know it's recorded because I was wanting to go back and review that, because I do know, Your Honor, you are good about, you know, obviously mentioning these things. So, but
How do you know that?
I'm sorry.
How do you know that if you don't remember me telling you that?
Because I remember the prosecutor at the time, I recollect these last Zoom hearing very well. The prosecutor at the time started delving in, and we were asking questions if diversion was even eligible. And you had mentioned, you had stated the fact that you weren't sure if I had needed to go get fingerprinting. That was never concluded. No, I've never missed a court date in my life.
That's not what we're talking about right now. Right now, we're talking about me telling you to go out and get booked and processed and signing an order September 16th for you to do that. And apparently you didn't go out till October 13th. What caused you to go out in October?
I got picked up on a warrant for that. If I would have known I was supposed to go in, I would have done that. That way I would have never had to have even been able to have been picked up on a warrant. That interrupted my work. That interrupted me having to call a babysitter for my children. If I was aware, that would have been the first thing I would have ever had gone to do, is go get my fingerprints. It's not that hard. I go in and I get out and I get my fingerprints. I am aware. I was never trying to avoid any of this.
Okay, well, I'm pretty meticulous about that, and I obviously ordered you to do it, and you didn't do it, and you had to have a warrant issued to get you in there for operating a vehicle with an expired tag and operating a vehicle with not having an ignition interlock device after a DUI. And not only that, but then let's go back and look at the notes here. September 14th, my notes say you were here, state by Brett Sweeney. You pled not guilty and did not qualify for diversion, that you would like to apply for court-appointed attorney and did. Darren Patterson was appointed, and that you needed to be booked and processed at the Butler County Jail, and I set a $1,000 OR bond continuing the case to 11/14 at 8 a.m. Now, following that, October 4th of 2022, there is a note that you called the court, talked to the clerk. Oh, you had one before that. Let's see what that was about. During this one anyway, you were very insulting and rude to the clerk that answered the call. You were complaining about Mr. Patterson, and the clerk said, well, write a letter to the judge concerning the issue.
I was concerned.
And you were, now don't talk, and you were reportedly in the notes so rude that another clerk took over the call, and you were cursing and yelling and calling the clerk stupid. The clerk was trying to help you and asked you to stop yelling if you wanted that help. You were requesting new counsel, again told to write a letter, and that Mr. Patterson would talk to you prior to court. You continued to call names. The supervisor listened to the entire call, so you had 3 clerks hearing this. And before you hung up, you told the last clerk you talked to that she should have been an abortion.
Ooh.
And let's see. So that is how it is reportedly that you have been behaving
Wow.
since I last saw you, Miss Baker.
I do apologize. I have been going through a lot of postpartum depression. I was very concerned. I know one of the stipulations was I needed to talk to Darren. I have been going through a lot of mental things with my postpartum and having my son. I definitely owe them a very deep apology. If I don't recall saying some of those things, but I do apologize. I've recently gotten put on medication from my doctor for this, and again, that's not the behavior that I want to present within me as a person.
I thought I saw another note on there. Michelle, was there not another note?
I believe
Your Honor,
Okay, I see where a clerk entered notes. We received a call from the defendant. It was the same day. Loud, unruly, disrespectful, very vulgar.
Your Honor.
Just a moment, please.
Okay.
You asked the clerk if she could understand English. Could she read and write the English language? Did the clerk graduate from high school or a higher education class that taught her how to read and write? After the questions, the clerk still asked you, how can I help you? And then at that point, she put you on speakerphone with the court administrator and a supervisor. Several clerks heard this. She demanded to talk to the prosecutor. They tried to explain that they were the clerk's office, didn't have the prosecutor. Some pretty rough language there. BS and effing liar, other than you didn't abbreviate them, got louder. You gave them the impression you may have been under the influence of alcohol or drugs, possibly. They heard you what sounded like spitting. Then you wanted to speak to the judge, and of course they weren't allowed to make that happen one-sidedly. And they tried to explain that. Then the court administrator herself took over the call and was apparently completely appalled and believed you owed the clerk's office many apologies for especially each of the clerks you spoke to and how rude you were. And she even thought you should write an apology letter to each person that you disrespected. So I think that is appropriate if you're given probation or not. But now someone wanted to speak. Deputy Coffelt, was that you?
Yes, I just wanted to let you know that we did talk to her on September 14th and sent her out to be processed. She was to process on 9/20 at 10:30 a.m. at the jail. We did talk to her.
9:20?
Yeah, she was supposed to get out there on the September 20th at 10:30 in the morning. And of course, we talked to her on the 14th of September. I think it was like
You're right, I do.
Court date. Hang on. So you, on the day of court after the hearing, you talked to her, officer, you and your staff, and you arranged an appointment for her to be processed at a date and time that was convenient to her schedule, which was the 20th of September. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And then I received notice that she didn't go out, and then she got a warrant issued, and by October 13th, they apparently picked her up, and she was processed at that time, October 13th, a month later. All right. Anyone else want to say anything before I proceed with sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Baker?
Like I said, I've been going through a lot mentally, and you're right. You're absolutely right. Writing a letter, with deep condolences, is expressing my, much empathy. That is definitely something that should be done. I was very upset that day because I was scared. I was very fearful that I wasn't going to be able to get a hold of Darren before the case. However, that was not a way to relay, because I was angry about that. I was not a way to relay that upon anybody else. So I've really been working on things with my therapist and within my medication. So, but again, my deepest condolences, and however you guys wish to proceed. But I would.
Judge, I don't think you've ever gotten my recommendations.
All right, let's hear your recommendations.
And Judge, I would just confirm that I have received from Ms. Baker the proof that she did go ahead and get the ignition interlock put in. That was back in August. Further, that she went ahead and got her vehicle registered, and that was back in June, so that it would be fairly close to the time that she got pulled over, that she got her vehicle registered. So she did try and act fairly quickly to get these things resolved, Your Honor, and become legal on the road, that she is now on a restricted driver's license from review of the Department of Revenue Driver's Control driver's license status check as of November 9. She is on a restricted driver's license, so that she is in compliance, it does appear. Judge, she has been clearly suffered the embarrassment of being arrested, handcuffed, taken into jail, so that she understands, I think, the gravity of this situation of not following the court's orders, because it did end up being put through that embarrassment. So, Judge, we would ask the court to consider just adopting the recommendations from Mr. Vinny. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Ms. Baker, when you were cited and convicted of DUI, were you put in handcuffs and suffered that embarrassment?
That was, because it was a DUI and because I had been drinking, I don't recollect a lot from that day. This recollection of having the officers show up at my house while I was working, the people that I was working with heard everything. It was something that I never want to go through ever again. I'm trying to be the best person I can for my kids. I'm the only one here for them.
What I think I heard you say is you don't know if it was embarrassing or not when you went through the DUI, because you don't remember the address. You were apparently drunk and didn't remember the arrest.
Well, that was a couple of years ago. Of course, getting arrested is embarrassing. Of course.
Okay, but you don't remember much about that.
Well, it's been 2 years, and I've had a child, and I've been going through a lot mentally.
All right. And after that, you were required to have an interlock device, but you weren't using it the night of June 24th, 2022. Who was with your kids when you were out driving?
My sister was, but she's not able to legally drive. And of course, I don't want my sister to get in trouble over, my child. So and tried to find him food. I mean, she was watching him at home while he was crying because he was hungry, and I didn't know what else to do.
All right, well, I'm going to give you what I typically do for this offense. I'm going to give you the 1-year jail sentence. What kind of work do you do?
I actually work from home.
Okay, is that a full-time job?
It is full-time, 18 and yeah.
And how many children do you have?
I have 3 kids.
Do you get child support for any of them?
I'm supposed to, but I don't. I take care of them financially myself.
Okay, I'm going to give you a $100 fine. I'm going to give you $108 in court costs and $250 to be paid toward your attorney fee.
Okay.
$60 probation supervision fee. I will start you out on a 1-year reporting probation.
Okay.
All standard conditions will apply, and your probation officer will go over those conditions with you.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Just so I can understand the sentencing. Is it a 1-year underlying, given that, you know, obviously I do what I'm supposed to on probation, and then if I violate probation, that is what I'm facing is a year, right? I don't have to do, okay.
I'm not going to make you start out doing any jail time. I'm going to suspend that, provided you are successful for 1 year on reporting probation.
Okay.
You are going to write a letter of apology, a very thought out letter of apology to the clerk of the district court. One letter will to cover all of these things you said, and that
Can
is
I get
just,
a name to address that to?
no,
please?
you just
No.
address it to the clerk of the district court,
Okay.
and you will give it to your probation officer, and they will critique it and see if it's appropriate to forward to the clerk or not. But that behavior will not be tolerated towards the staff of the court, to the court service officer that will supervise your probation. And I'm not going to give you much leeway, Ms. Baker, so you better make sure you know what they want you to do, what the court wants you to do, and you better do it.
Of course. Will do.
No
That's,
alcohol, no drugs, no missed appointments. And you said you live in Andover. They will decide whether they want you in person, by telephone, by Zoom, but I do want some abilities to give random UAs to make sure that you're not overdoing the medications that you're prescribed or adding them to alcohol or something illegal.
Okay.
You will pay 1/12 of the total due each month by the close of business on the last business day, starting with the month of December 2022 and each month thereafter. And you will call the probation department as soon as we adjourn, and their number is, are you ready?
yes.
316-322-4153. I also want to state that I am not happy that I feel like you have been less than candid with the court, telling the court you weren't told to go out and get processed. And clearly you were.
Great. Great.
And I'm not going to put up with any more mistruths from you from this point either. So don't be lying to people, in other words. But
I'm not trying to. I do apologize, Your Honor.
okay, well, I want to make sure these are sincere apologies and not just because you're smart enough to know who holds the consequences over your head. But I don't want you talking to any of the staff any more than you would talk to me that way. They don't deserve that. No one does. All right. Anything else we need to take up, Mr. Devaney?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Patterson, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Teal, you're on here from Court Services. Is there anything as a Court Service Office representative you need me to address?
In a world where you've constantly been told what you can't do, who will you choose to be when presented with something different? Ask your healthcare provider what could be.
All right, let's move on to Terry Thomas. Are you here? You are? Could you start your audio and your video, Terry Thomas? Same with Karen Henry. Could you start your audio and video?
I should be unmuted now.
All right. We are on the record in Butler County District Court, case number 2023 SC4, Terry Thomas Beatles versus Karen Jane Henry. This matter comes on for hearing on a dispute concerning a cargo craft utility trailer, 16-foot black and model year 2006. There's also some mention of $3,800. So now, Ms. Beatles, you're the plaintiff here. You're saying that Karen Henry owes you what, the trailer, $3,800 or both? What's your demand here?
The trailer, I paid $3,800 for it, and I want the trailer
All
in
right.
the condition that
When
it
did
was
you-
when it was hidden from me.
Okay, when did you make an agreement to buy this trailer?
I bought the trailer. I'll see it in just a second. 3/14 of 2020.
And how did you come to make an agreement?
How did we come to? I bought it in Oklahoma, and we drove down there and picked it up and brought it home.
Okay, and what was your relationship to Miss Henry at the time?
She's my mother.
Okay. So tell me why, in condensed version, why you think you are entitled to this trailer and or this money?
Because I have a signed, notarized bill of sale on the trailer
Okay, just walk
that
me
I
through
paid
what
for.
happened. Just walk me through what happened. Real quickly. How did you find out about the trailer? How were you two involved with the trailer?
My cousin found the trailer for us. He told me. We took my money, went to Oklahoma, bought it, and got the bill of sale and all that, and came back.
Okay, we went to Oklahoma. Who would that be?
My mother and I drove to Oklahoma and picked it up.
And whose trailer was it supposed to be?
Mine.
Did she have any claim to it?
I don't know how, because I paid for it and did all the work to remodel it. So
All right, so you went to Oklahoma. Your mother rode along, or did she drive?
she rode along.
She rode along, and you you bought the trailer. You gave the owner cash or check, and
Cash.
okay, and he gave you a bill of sale,
Yes, ma'am.
and you turned around and drove it home back to Kansas.
Yes, ma'am.
And did you register it with the tag office or any place?
We did not, because the tag office told us that as long as we didn't haul more than 12,000 pounds in it, we didn't have to in Kansas.
Okay, now you say we, again, was your mother part owner to it?
No, but at the time we lived together.
I see. All right, so she went with you to the tag department?
I can't answer that. I don't remember if she was there when I went to the tag department or not.
Okay, and do you still live together?
No, ma'am.
All right, so what happened to the trailer after you were told you didn't need to tag it?
Well, it sat in our driveway, and we pulled it to Marion and back once. And then when I got married in 21, my trailer vamoosed. It was gone, so I couldn't pick it up.
All right,
And
tell me what you mean by that.
was gone from the property that we lived on when I went to get my belongings.
Okay, so you lived with your mother until you got married?
No, my mother lived with me until I got married.
Okay. And where did you live?
Terrace in El Dorado, Kansas,
All right, so you lived there in 21 and you got married when?
in July 24th of 21.
And your mother was still living with you?
Yes,
Okay, when did she leave?
she didn't leave, as far as I know. My cousin moved when I left. My cousin had come to stay with us, and she took over taking care of her, as far as I know.
Okay, so you moved out, your mother stayed,
Correct.
and then you went back to get the trailer?
And my personal belongings, and got very little.
When did you go back?
The Monday before I got married.
So the Monday before July 24th, you went back
Yes, ma'am.
and the trailer was gone?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you have a conversation with your mother about it?
She didn't know where it was at. It was all I could get.
All right. What's happened since July of 21 concerning this trailer?
I know it resurfaced maybe 6 months ago, and I tried to reason the situation out, and so I could at least have a trailer, but it's didn't happen.
So where did it resurface 6 months ago?
Out at the 13th Terrace.
Don't mix Jell-O with pink salt and 2 other ingredients unless you're ready to donate half your wardrobe in less than a week. Don't.
So,
Where we live.
okay. So did you go out and try to get it?
I did.
And what happened?
My cousin that was staying out there called her on the phone, and she told Walker Andrews that she didn't want me on the property.
Okay.
So I couldn't go.
Would be the law enforcement officer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then what happened?
He said that I couldn't go on property because she didn't want me on the property, so I couldn't get my trailer. So he advised me to come down and file a civil suit and deal with it that way. He said, I've got the paperwork.
Okay. And so that's why we're here today. You filed the paperwork.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, where did this $3,800 come from?
That's what I paid for the trailer.
And you have a bill of sale today to prove that?
Yes, ma'am, I do. There should be a copy with the filing also.
All right. You have it with you now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you'll put that up to the screen. Okay. Miss Henry, do you recognize that document?
I can't see it.
Okay.
It's not up there.
All right. Let me see if I can pull it up another way. Kaylee, do we have that where you can screen share it?
Judge, I don't show that I have a physical copy of it. Miss Beatles, I'm sorry, Miss Thomas, your name is Beatles in the computer. Did you provide that to me when you filed it later?
Yes, I did, but I'm just right outside the courthouse. If I can bring it in if you need me to.
Why don't you do that? Let's see if we have time. Yeah, you're gonna have to hurry though. We're on a limited time frame.
Okay.
Is she back yet?
Yes, I'm right here. Sorry.
No, I didn't mean you. I meant Miss Thomas. Is Miss Thomas back?
I believe that she is trying to unmute herself, and
I don't know that it's a good idea that you have your hearing in the lobby of the courthouse. So if you could find another place more private.
Okay.
Quiet. All right, Miss Thomas, while Kaylee's trying to get that exhibit in order, what kind of business or arrangement are you and your mother in that you needed the trailer for?
I bought it to convert it into a camper so that we could go like over to Marion Lake and stay if we wanted to, and that kind of thing. We weren't really in a business. We just using it for housing, to stay in like a camper.
Sure.
Kind of.
And did you get it converted?
Yes, ma'am. I didn't put any water, but the electric and beds and refrigerator, air conditioner, all that stuff is, or at least it was in there and up and working.
Okay, did you put that in there yourself or arrange to have it put in there?
I did everything except for the flooring, and I bought and paid for it. My little brother laid it for me.
Okay. Are you going to your car? Is that what you're doing now?
Yes, I am back in the car.
Is there anything else you want to tell me about the trailer or why you're entitled to it?
I honestly don't know what that would be.
Okay, now are you wanting the trailer or 3,800?
I want the trailer, or I want the 3,800 and what it costs me to fix it, to upgrade it, get it ready.
What did it cost you to fix it or upgrade it?
Well, another few $100 because it was probably about $300 or $400 paid for the flooring and the refrigerator, and the bed was given to me. And then I bought the bed that I was going to be sleeping on.
And did you have a bed for your mother as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. If you have nothing further, then Miss Henry, what is your response?
A lot of it is not true. She got the money from me, which I got in turn from Aflac for my cancer. And that's the money we used to buy the trailer. I handed her the money and she took it over and gave it to the man for the trailer. It was supposed to be in Terry and my name, and somehow she got the title filled out. It had to be illegally because both our names was supposed to be on it. And why is my name not on it? You know, is there anything specific you need to know?
Okay, well, let me see how much this should reach you. The two of you found out there was a trailer for sale that you could convert and go for camping. Is that true?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, and
Yes.
she drove and you rode to Oklahoma to get the trailer. Is that right?
Right.
But before you left, you went where? To your bank account to get the money?
Yes.
Okay, you pulled the money out, and then when you got there, you gave it to your daughter to go in and make the purchase?
Yes.
You
I
were,
did. Yes.
but you stayed in the car.
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
And she
I
came
just
out,
had.
and she came
She
out,
what?
and what did she do? Did she hook onto the trailer?
Yes.
And off you went back to Kansas?
Yes.
Okay, did she show you any of the paperwork at that time?
No, we just kind of laid it down in the cubby hole, you know, in the cubby hole to
Okay,
hold it
all
while
right.
she hooked up, and it was all just put in one place,
Sure.
and we were
Okay.
going to deal with it when I got home.
All right, and then sometime thereafter, you went to the courthouse to get it tagged, and they said you didn't need to?
That's right.
All right, and did she start putting some money into the repairs for it?
No,
Who
all
did
that was my money that I got from Aflac, from the insurance policy that I had, and I'm sorry, I gotta read a little bit. I have the originals for the bills of sales.
Do you have them in court today?
Yeah. Yes.
Is there someone helping you there today?
What's up, John?
My daughter-in-law is here because I'm real shaky today, and
Okay, well, you're doing fine.
thank you. Yes, I have the paperwork here.
Okay, well, let's see what Kaylee, my clerk, has first. And was the camper complete and ready for travel when she got married July 24th of 2021?
Yes.
Okay, did you ever get
Yes.
to use it with her? Did you get
Yes.
to use it? Okay. So what happened after she got married that caused it to disappear, if it did?
It did not disappear. It was sitting at my back door. I made a sewing shop thing for my sewing, and it's all along it's set there.
So the trailer's been your sewing shop?
Yes.
Okay, and it never left your
That's
property?
that's what it is now. It's still my sewing shop, sitting at the back door.
All right, did the trailer ever leave your property?
Only time it left was I had my son pull it over to his house so I could unload some of the material and stuff that I had in there for my sewing, and it came back and sat right at my back door.
Did your back door, would it have been visible when your daughter Terry pulled in? Would she have been able to see it and know it was in the back?
Oh, there's a privacy fence around it. I don't know. She surely would have knew how to look around, where the gates were. And
did she ask you where the trailer was?
I spent $600 on a top-rated purifier last month. By the second week, the must.
At any time?
She never spoke to me personally about it.
Did you two have some kind of falling out, disagreement where you're not on good terms anymore?
Yeah, that's true. She went with a guy two dates and married him. Didn't tell us anything about it. We didn't know what she was doing or anything. She moved out on me and never said a word about it. And
you said she never told us. Who do you mean, us?
Well, any of the family, anybody, nobody knew about it except Terry.
Did that affect anything to do with the trailer?
No, not as that I know of, no.
All right, so Kaylee, do we have any documents?
Yes, ma'am. I have that bill of sale that Ms. Thomas provided, and then additionally, I have some paperwork that Ms. Henry provided with her defendant's claim. And I assume you'd like to see the bill of sale from Ms. Thomas first, and then we can move through Ms. Henry's paperwork.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'll start sharing that. Let me just. So this is the bill of sale that Ms. Thomas brought in.
All right, so 16-foot Cody Mannion, Blackberry Drive in Oklahoma, sold it to, does that say Bud Thomas, Terry Thomas?
Yes, ma'am, it does. That's my cousin that called and made the deal on the trailer for us to go pick up.
So he sold it, he thinks he sold it to Bud and Terry Thomas, not to Terry Thomas and Karen Henry. All right.
Correct.
Let's
Correct.
Is there anything else on there, Kayla or Kaylee?
No, ma'am, I don't believe there's any other fields filled out on that one.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a copy of the title, ladies? Does anybody have the title?
No.
Okay, whose name is on the title? Or is there a title? Maybe you didn't get a title since you couldn't get it tagged?
Exactly.
Okay, so that's the only document concerning ownership of it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Miss Henry, you have some documents you want me to look at, is that right?
Yes,
Okay, Kaylee, you
I
want
have,
to show us those? I understand Kaylee has copies of those, is that right? Did you file them with your court papers?
yes.
Okay, so you wanted me to see the bill of sale, and I've done that. And
Okay.
highway patrol, this is not an inspection. What is it then, Miss Henry?
I think it's an original of the.
It says delayed inspection
I'm sorry.
report. It says delayed inspection report, and then they write on the bottom, apparently the inspector wrote on the bottom, this is not an inspection. Okay, what else? Cody Mannion sold to Terry Thomas for $3,800 on February 29th. Okay.
Okay.
And I have seen that in the file. And in
Okay.
your claim. Okay. All right.
I don't know what to say, where to go from what you're asking me.
All right. Well, I think I've had the answers. Do you have any proof that you took that money out of your bank account and gave it to her?
I have
Like a
I have
deposit, a withdrawal receipt?
no, but I have. Well, I haven't had time to find it. I do have them somewhere, but I have a paperwork from Aflac of some of the checks that they paid me.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that you've received Aflac. What I need to know is, do you have proof that you took $3,800 out of your bank account the day the trailer was purchased?
No, I had it in my billfold all.
You had the cash in your billfold? I thought you said you got it out of the Aflac money.
I did. I got it out of my Aflac money, which comes as a check to me, and then I have to go cash it or whatever I do with it.
Okay.
I got the trailer.
All right, Miss Thomas, what have you to say about her claim that she paid for the trailer?
Well, I can tell you when my disability came through, I got a $28,000 back payment check from the state. And that is what I bought the appliances for our house that I left. I bought the carport, I bought the trailer, I bought the mower, and I bought the cargo trailer.
Can you move your camera over so you can be visible? Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay. When did you get your disability check?
In
Are you struggling in your calculus class? Do you have a hard time understanding your instructor? Do you wish there was a
2018, I believe.
And you still had enough money left to buy this $3,800 trailer?
Yes, ma'am, because I did my best to hang on to it so we would be able to when we found one.
So you're saying your mother's just flat making it up that she says she gave you $3,800 to buy the trailer?
Yes, ma'am, you could say that.
Miss Henry, are you saying that your daughter's just flat making it up when she says she paid for that out of her disability money?
Her disability money has bought everything from everything. She uses that as an excuse, but the money actually came from me and from my Aflac check to buy what trailers or lawnmowers or anything we bought. We used my money.
And is
I
there,
never saw a penny.
has your son made any claim on this, Mr. Bud Thomas?
I didn't even know he was involved.
Okay. How about a cousin? She mentioned a cousin?
That's Bud.
So Bud is a cousin. Okay.
He has no claim on it. No.
Okay. Well, Ms. Thomas, didn't you tell me that your cousin made some representations about the trailer when you went out to get it?
He found the trailer online and called the guy and said it sounded like it was a good deal. We need to go look at it and take the money with us. And if we liked it, to buy it and get a bill of sale and bring it back. So that's what I did.
And you didn't have any more contact with Bud about the trailer?
No, he helped me work on the electrical a little bit on the trailer, but other than that, no. And the reason his name is on there is so if something happened to me, because he helped me work on the trailer, the electrical, and make sure the air conditioner was good, all that stuff, that he would get the trailer if something happened to me.
Okay.
That was the deal we made when he found it for me.
All right. So again, Terry Thomas, are you wanting the trailer or are you wanting $3,800?
I want the trailer in reasonable condition.
Do you have any reason to believe it's not in reasonable condition?
I have no idea because I have not seen it for 2 years until I saw it when Walker and I went out there. From the road, I saw it.
You want the trailer back? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, ladies. Well, I have a mother and daughter sitting in front of me, each saying the other one is being untruthful or, to be blunt, lying to me under oath, committing perjury. One apparently is. Which one is that? Could just as well be one as the other. So to make my decision, I have to look at what the evidence is in front of me. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Somehow she got that title put only in her name. To me, we made the agreement that both our names would be on that trailer. I knew absolutely nothing about Bud Thomas being involved at all.
Okay, well, let me talk now. Thank you. I understood that from what you said before. But I have to look at the evidence. The evidence is the testimony. Which one of you is more truthful? Which one of you is truthful? Maybe neither one of you are truthful. Maybe the truth is somewhere in between. What else do I have to look at? I have documents. And the evidence in front of me says that Terry Thomas and Bud Thomas bought that trailer, that they are the owners. And I don't have any proof as to where that $3,800 came from. It could have come from Mrs. Henry. It could have come from Mrs. Thomas. I don't know. But I do know the document in front of me says the owners, not just Terry Thomas, but Bud Thomas, are equal owners. So that's all I can rule, is that the trailer belongs to Terry and Bud Thomas. Now, if Bud Thomas says, Karen, can you keep it? Then he and Terry have got an issue to figure out. But at this time, all I can do is rule in favor of Terry Thomas that the trailer is hers, because that's what the bill of sale says. And I don't have anything else to go on other than the testimony of the ladies, and that's in direct contradiction. So that's what my judgment will be. But if Mr. Bud
Can I be allowed time to? Could I be allowed time to get my stuff out of there?
How much time do you need?
Like a month, maybe. I'm not able to do any lifting or anything like that.
How about Bud Thomas?
Myself.
Will help you?
I don't know, because Bud is, I didn't even know he was involved in this. So I haven't even talked to him. I don't know.
How about if I give you 14 days to get your items out of there? Can't give you 4
Okay.
months, I'll give you 14 days. You also have 14 days to appeal my decision to the district court if you wish.
Okay.
All
I
right.
just like to say that was got illegally.
And I
Anyway.
understand what you're saying, but I can only go by what I see in front of me, and I've explained that. But if you want to appeal my decision, you can file your notice of appeal with the clerk of the district court and have it set in front of a district judge if you wish.
Okay. I want to thank you for your time.
Well, thank you for being so polite.
And
but it's not, the bill sale is in his name as much as hers. And I will leave it at that, and we'll be in recess.
These smart zooming blue light glasses will shock you. Nobody believed me at first, but now everybody wants a pair.
We will now take up Matthew Schrader on the record now in 2025 TR 1342, State of Kansas versus Matthew Kyle Schrader. Jared Regier for the state. Mr. Schrader, do you appear?
I'm here in per persona sui juris, appearing specially, not generally, and I reserve all my rights, remedies, and objections.
All right.
Oh, I
So
saw an
the
idiot.
defendant does appear personally, and Mr. Regier, his charges and penalties, please.
Your Honor, pursuant to the information filed with the court on June 13th of this year, this is a case that appears to involve 2 charges. Count 1, failed to register vehicle and classified non-person misdemeanor. Count 2, no proof of insurance, and Class B non-person misdemeanor.
And you said these were allegedly committed when, which date, according to the document?
Your Honor, the charging language in counts 1 and 2 appear to allege occurrence dates on May 21st of this year.
And location within Butler County?
That appears accurate, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Schrader, can you still hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
All right, I'm having some issues here, as you can see. In count 1, failure to register a vehicle is an unclassified misdemeanor. It carries its own special penalties of a fine up to $2,500 and a potential sentence of 30 days up to 6 months, although probation is an option and time to pay is an option. And no proof of insurance is a B misdemeanor. That carries a fine of at least $300 up to $1,000 and a possible jail sentence up to 6 months. Now, you do have the right to hire an attorney. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you can apply and see if you qualify for court appointed. Because there is the potential for 6 months jail, you would most likely be appointed an attorney if you qualify for court appointed and cannot afford to pay on your own. On the issue of attorney, do you intend to hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or waive your right to attorney and represent yourself, sir?
I will waive my right and present myself.
All right, is anyone making you waive your right to an attorney today by any threats or promises?
No.
Or any other reason?
No.
All right, and you do understand for the record that you do have the right to hire or apply for court appointed if you cannot afford to hire. Do you understand that?
Yes, I'm aware of that.
All right, I will have the record reflect then that you are knowingly and voluntarily waiving your right to an attorney. You're also exercising your right to represent yourself. I'll have the record reflect that in the docket notes and the journal entry. Now then, let's go through these charges. Count 1, fail to register a vehicle. How do you wish to plead to that? You can plead guilty, and that admits it, and we would proceed to sentencing. You could plead not guilty, denying the charge, and we would set it for trial at a later date. Or the third choice, no contest, means you don't want to admit these charges, but you don't want to admit them, but you don't want to go to trial either. So you'd be pleading no contest. We'd still find you guilty without trial and proceed to sentencing today. Another might be, it's not a plea, but another option might be diversion. The county attorney would offer you diversion if you qualified. You'd have to go online, as I've said several times today to others. You'd have to apply and see if you qualify. They'd send you a response within the next couple of weeks in the U.S. mail. If you agreed to the diversion terms, you would sign the contract and send it back. And if you did everything you were agreeing to, they would dismiss the charges against you, charges if they're both diverted. So, but do you want to divert or apply for diversion? I'm not going to say you get it. I don't know your history, and that would come into play. But how do you want to proceed on the issue of diversion or plea?
Okay, so before we get to that, on the record, I've recently served a subpoena to the sheriff's office for records relevant to my defense, and the sheriff's office has filed a motion to quash that subpoena. So today, I'm respectfully asking the court to schedule a motions hearing so that we can resolve the sheriff's office's motion to quash, and that I be allowed the opportunity to pursue negotiations.
All right. You have filed a written motion for subpoena of what documents from the Butler County
Subpoena
Sheriff?
Ducis Tecum.
Of what?
There are many items on there, and
so you don't know what you've asked them to bring to court?
Yeah, I have. I do. I don't have it in front of me, but it's a lot of the typical things like body cam, dash camera footage.
All right. And they have filed a motion or a response to quash at least part of what you requested.
Yeah.
Right. And Destiny, do you have both his motion and the response on the file there in front of you?
I show the subpoena, Your Honor, and then I show the sheriff's office motion to quash.
Okay. All right. Well, we will set those for hearing if necessary, but how do you want to plead on these charges before we get to that?
Well, I feel like it wouldn't be appropriate to plea until I get the evidence and able to be informed enough to make an appropriate plea.
All right. So you're telling me you don't want to plead not guilty today. You don't want to plead anything today. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Well, you understand this is the hearing when that happens. We enter a plea at first appearance. That determines what happens from there. But if you're refusing to enter a plea, and based on what you've told me, I am going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, and we can set this for motions hearing prior to a trial date. So how much time, sir, do you think this motion hearing is going to last? Well, I don't know how much time to reserve on my docket.
Are you asking me?
I'm asking you, sir.
How much time I need?
No, I mean how much time the whole hearing you anticipate will be.
20 to 30 minutes.
All right. Let's be safe. Mr. Regier, have you seen these documents he's referring to?
I have, Your Honor, and what I would tell the court is it would appear that on or about the same time that the written objection to defendant's subpoena, Ducis Tecum, and motion to quash was filed with the court, an entry of appearance was also filed with the court by Mr. Terrence Huelskamp, the Butler County Counselor.
And Mr. Huelskamp entered on behalf of the sheriff's office, apparently. Did he file the response?
That would appear accurate, Your Honor, based off of the information in this before the state.
All right, so it sounds like he'll be the one that will be responding to that rather than you, perhaps, just to that limited issue, or do you know?
The written response and motion to quash does appear to be filed by Mr. Huelskamp, Your Honor.
All right, let's set a motion hearing on a Wednesday afternoon. Destiny, what do you have available? Somewhere, I would say maybe an hour at the most. And I know that's a lot on the docket because we have so many other things going on, but.
And you do want it on an afternoon, Your Honor?
Yes, I think so.
we can put it on with the bench trial dockets and still label it as the motion, and we can block off the rest of that day.
What are you
November.
looking at? I'm sorry, I talked over November what?
Nope, you're okay, Your Honor. November 12th at 1:30.
All right, well, that all sounds good. Okay, I'm ordering defendant to reappear for motion hearing on the bench trial docket, November 12th at 1:30. That will be by Zoom. And I trust counsel for the state will, of course, let all of their attorneys know that need to be here. All right, so that's where we are. And then if we decide we need a trial date, I'll set it at that time, Mr. Schrader. Do you understand that?
Yep, sounds good to me.
All right, if there's nothing further, let's see.
Your
We
Honor,
don't-
there are multiple matters still to address.
Go ahead, please.
Your Honor, as given the statements made on the record today, the state is requesting a ruling by the court as to whether or not this motions hearing is being set, requested, and this matter is being set over by the defense.
Speedy trial time does count towards the defense if he is asking for this motion hearing to be set and that it be done before trial. And because he did not enter a plea today, I had to enter one for him. So I will definitely count the time against the defendant.
Thank you, Your Honor. Secondly, this is a defendant who seemingly appears pursuant to the summons, so it would appear that the issue of booking as required by statute, specifically pursuant to KSA 21-2501 Section B, is outstanding. The state does have certain special recommendations concerning bond in this case. While the state is not opposed to the court ordering an unrecognizance bond, given that the defendant has seemingly appeared pursuant to a summons, the state, in light of statements made on the record, is requesting a higher bond in this case, at the very least $3,000.
Anything you want to say about your bond, Mr. Schrader, before I declare it?
I object to that since I appeared here as I was supposed to.
All right. At this time, bond is set. You said how much, Mr. Regier, based on that?
$3,000 was the state's recommendation, Your Honor.
I will adopt that recommendation. Mr. Schrader, you are ordered to appear at the time given by the officers for booking and processing. Your bond will be set at a 3,000 OR. That means you don't have to put up any money unless you fail to come to court at a later date. But if you fail to come to court, you may be determined to owe $3,000 to the state of Kansas on your bond. So look for the breakout room that says, it'll come up on your screen, invitation to a breakout room, and you'll go in with Deputy in Court Security 2 and set up a date and time. Now, if you fail to follow that order and show up at the date and the time the officer gives you, and post the 3,000 OR bond, then I very well may have to issue warrants for you. But right now, because you did appear when you were told, I'm going to make it OR, meaning you don't have to put the money up front. You understand that, or have any questions about that, Mr. Schrader?
I think I understand it.
Oh, very well. Look for that invitation on the breakout screen. And Betsy, if you'll put that for the officer in Court Security 2.
What time? So it's November 12th?
The motions hearing is November 12th at 1:30, correct?
1:30. Okay.
All right. So please accept that breakout room, Deputy. Are you available for that?
I am.
All right, thank you. So Destin, if you'll just put the two of them in a breakout room.
If you got hit, even as a passenger or in an Uber, you would need to try this.
No, it is.
Okay. Mr. Thompson, can you hear me?
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. I'm Judge Webster. With us is Mr. Regier and Deputy Ruth. We'll go on the record now in 2023 TR 512, State of Kansas versus John F. Thompson. Mr. Jared Regier, Assistant Butler County Attorney, appearing for the state. Mr. John F. Thompson appearing in person and pro se. This matter does come on for hearing of a bench trial requested by the defendant for the charge of speeding 90. It is 65 as issued on February 2nd, 2023 by Butler County Sheriff's Deputy Brandon Ruth, who appears here today on subpoena. Mr. Thompson, you're still wishing your rights to a bench trial, is that correct?
Yes, because I wasn't speeding. I was stopped in Augusta at a stoplight
All right.
and was told that I was speeding. I was coming out of Lyons, Kansas. So there's no record of me speeding.
Very well, I will accept that as your opening statement as to what you think the evidence will show. Mr. Regier, have you any opening statement?
Your Honor, the state would waive opening argument at this time.
All right, would you like to proceed with your first witness?
Yes, Your Honor. The state calls Deputy Brandon Ruth to the stand.
Please raise your right hand, Deputy. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well, you may lower your hand, and Mr. Regier, you may proceed with your questions. Now, before he does so, Mr. Thompson, since you're here on your own, I will explain that Mr. Regier, on behalf of the state, will ask his witness questions. Then you will get a chance to question the witness, just questions only. And then when the state is through with their evidence, you'll get a chance to present your evidence, that is, testify on your own behalf if you want. You don't have to, but you're welcome to if you want. So now Mr. Regier is going to ask his witness questions. Please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Please state your name for the record.
Brandon Ruth,
Where are you employed?
the Butler County Sheriff's Office,
And what is your professional title?
Deputy Sheriff,
And how long have you worked as an officer?
7 years with the Sheriff's Office.
And before that?
Before that, I was military police in the U.S. Army for just over 6.
Okay. And were you on active duty in your professional capacity on February 2nd of this year at approximately 8:10 p.m.?
Yes.
And at that time, where were you at?
I believe that's about the time that I stopped the vehicle in Augusta city limits.
And is that in Butler County?
Yes.
And were you in a vehicle or on foot?
I was in a vehicle, I believe a Ram 1500.
And were you moving at the time?
Well, at that time, I believe that's when I stopped the vehicle there in Augusta, so no.
And what direction were you facing, if you recall? When you say you were in close to Augusta in the city limits, could you please describe your immediate surroundings?
It was, I would say, since 7th Street is a business district, it's, I believe, 4 lanes, 2 going east, 2 going west. They're connected right there.
Okay. And are there any trees nearby in this area?
Not that I can recall.
Okay. And this road, I think you said 77 is this a paved road in this location?
Well, that'd be the 7th Street or 7th Avenue. I'm not sure if it's street or not. It's a paved road.
And this road, and at this point, I think you said, just to reiterate, this is a road where it has two streets going east and 2 streets going west.
Yes.
So is this road a highway, at least at this point?
I believe that the state would define it as a highway, yes.
Okay. Are you familiar with KSA 8-1558?
Yes.
And what does that say about drivers and maximum speed limits?
That is the fastest speed that they can operate on that road, and they are posted, as well as certain roads also have a statutorily regulated speed if they're not posted.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, I respectfully request the court take judicial notice of KSA 8-1558.
Judicial notice is taken.
Deputy, do you consider yourself capable of identifying traffic violations when you see them?
Yes.
So you've already talked about your 7 years of experience with the sheriff's office. I believe you mentioned 6 years of military police before that. So 13 years overall, it sounds like. Do you have any other recurring training in this regard?
Every year we're required to do 40 hours of law enforcement related training every year. And I believe each year we do have some sort of course on specifically radar.
This credit trick was banned from the American public for decades. Now, a hidden consumer law in 20...
And so going back to the date and time that we February 2nd, 2023 at 8:10 p.m., did you see any acts that you consider traffic violations?
Yes, I observed a vehicle that was going over the posted maximum speed limit.
Okay. And can you please, do you recall the make or model of this vehicle?
I believe it was a 2018 Chrysler 300, I believe silver in color.
And was this Chrysler traveling quickly or slowly?
Quickly.
Besides your own senses, did you use any specialized equipment to check the Chrysler's speed?
Yes, I used the radar that's mounted in my vehicle, a Stalker 2X, I believe.
Okay. And are you certified to use Stalker radar?
Yes.
And do you use testing on Stalker radar to check that it's working?
Yes, before and, well, I don't want to say at the end of shift, but prior to using it for the day, I do test it.
Okay. And what do you happen to do if the Stalker radar happens to not be working properly?
If it's out of what the tuning forks allow, I would not use it for that day, and I would send an email to my supervisor informing them that it was inoperative so we could get a work order in to get it replaced.
Okay. And does Stalker radar require daylight to function properly?
No.
Okay. Is there a reason why it doesn't require this?
Well, it uses the Doppler effect. It shoots a radio signal out of the antenna, so it doesn't require any sort of light or visible means that a human eye can detect anyway.
Okay. Now, you've already discussed that you do testing on the Stalker radar before every shift. Did you perform that testing before your shift on February 2nd of this year?
Yes.
Okay. Can you confirm that the Chrysler you had previously referred to was specifically clocked by your Stalker radar system?
It was the only vehicle that was visible to me on the road going in the same direction I was, and that was the mode that the front antenna was set on.
So you were driving behind the Chrysler, but headed in the same direction?
Correct.
At this location, what is the posted speed?
65.
And what speed did the Stalker radar measure the Chrysler traveling?
It went from anywhere between 80 and 90 miles an hour, and at 90 is where I ended up locking it in at.
Okay, so ultimately a difference of 25 miles per hour?
Correct.
What happened after you measured the Chrysler speed?
Well, due to that highway, I don't feel like it's necessarily safe to immediately stop it there, simply for the fact that there may be hills and it being dark and they may not see me. So I waited about another mile and a half, and then ran the tag of the vehicle just before coming into Augusta city limits so I could stop it there, so it was safer for both him and myself.
Okay. And did you conduct a traffic stop after this mile had passed?
Yes.
Okay. And the time for that you and that time period from where you originally clocked the Chrysler's speed to when you pulled them off, did you remain in Butler County that entire time?
Yes.
Once you conducted the stop, were you able to identify the driver of the Chrysler?
Yes, I identified him with his driver's license.
Okay. Do you see the driver of the Chrysler present in this Zoom conference?
I see part of him right now, but it is the gentleman that has the identifier of John Thompson on his video.
Okay. Your Honor, let the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant.
The record shall so reflect.
Deputy, were you ever able to speak to the defendant?
Yes.
And did you discuss the defendant speeding at the time?
Yes, I informed him for the reason why I stopped him.
And how did the defendant respond to that?
I believe he said he was going to Wichita. He didn't really give an exact reason for the excessive speed.
Okay. And did you ever write the defendant a citation for speed?
Yes.
And did the defendant have any response to that?
I think I just pretty much explained the back of it and what it was for and asked him if he had any questions, and I don't believe he did.
Barring any redirect, no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. And now, Mr. Thompson, it's not quite your time to testify, but do you have any questions? Questions only. Deputy Rude?
Yeah, I may have one or two questions. With the tracking system that you have, Mr. Roof, is there any video of that?
Well, there's not video inside the vehicle that would show the display of the radar unit, if that's what you're asking.
No, I'm talking about video that would actually show the car itself.
Yes, yes.
So you do have that video.
It's in evidence on one of their servers at the sheriff's office, yes.
Well, it seems to me that why would you not have brought that information with you?
I mean,
why would you have not brought that information with you? Because right now,
hang
it's
on,
not
Mr.
showing any
Thompson.
burden of proof. That's a question. There's nothing to object
Okay,
to.
but
I
there's-
asked the question. Why didn't he bring the video?
Yes, sir. But there was an objection raised by Mr. Regier, so I need to hear what his objection is. I need to rule on it, and then we'll go from there. So what is your objection, Mr. Regier?
Your Honor, the defendant appears to be making a motion for discovery. That has not, as far as I'm aware, there has not been a motion for discovery filed with the court, so that issue is not presently before the court.
No, I don't think that's quite what he's doing. He's asking, why didn't the deputy include it in your case? And I don't know that the deputy can answer that. Mr. Thompson, it's Mr. Regier that decides what evidence he wants to present. And if he didn't tell the deputy to bring the video, that would be on Mr. Regier, not the deputy.
Well,
But
it's still
but that's an argument you can make at the appropriate time.
okay.
But if you want to go ahead, I'll tell you what, I'm going to overrule the objection and let you ask him. But again, he's probably not going to be able to tell you. But I
Never sue the other driver after a car accident. There's a better way to get paid a way bigger check without having to go to court.
I don't know.
I just asked why did he not bring that as visible proof? Because this is the
Right, don't argue
responsibility
yet.
of the
No,
court.
no. Deputy, his question is, why did you not bring the video with you?
I do have it on my tablet. If that would appease the court, I could possibly do a screen share.
Okay, so in other words, you do have it with you.
Correct.
All right, there you go, Mr. Thompson. He does have it with you. Your next question?
Can he provide that? Is he saying he's going to provide that information?
Don't ask me. I'm not the witness. Please ask Mr. Deputy Ruth.
Are you going to provide that at this time, sir?
If it would appease the court, I could definitely do a screen share with the video.
Mr. Thompson, are you asking him to do it? I'm not presenting your case.
Yes, I mean, he said if it pleases the court. So yes, I would like to see that because we need visible proof that that was actually me doing what he said I was doing.
Okay, don't argue. Your question was, can you present, will you show the court? And he says he can, so deputy, if you can set that up without too much time and inconvenience, we can certainly watch it.
Can you see my screen?
We can. Now tell us what it is we're going to be seeing here.
So I have both dash camera as well as body camera right here. I will play the dash cam video first.
Is that what you want to see, Mr. Thompson?
I wanted the dash cam video is what should be showing the car, correct?
Correct. It's mounted on the windshield. It points out the front of the.
Okay. Okay, that's what we would want to see.
And you said this is heading east into Augusta, did I remember that?
It's heading west currently towards Augusta on 54 highway.
Okay.
All I see is highway.
So the tail light.
Okay, hang on, Mr. Thompson. You asked him to play it and he's doing that.
You're not.
Deputy, how long does your video
It
run?
records, I believe, 2 minutes prior to me hitting the record button or the lights being initiated. The entire video is, I have 12 minutes remaining on this one, and that is to the end of the traffic stop.
That is because the distance from Leon, Kansas to Augusta is about 10 miles. So, as I stated in my opening statement,
Honor, objection, testifying on cross.
I'm stating that I've seen enough of the video. It doesn't prove anything. So I've seen enough. I don't need to see anything else because the only time you're going to see the car is when we're at the stoplights in Augusta.
All right,
it's not just highway. It's a business district. And he had asked a question to the deputy. Where were we at? He never identified that it was stoplights. He never identified that we were in a business.
Okay, you're not asking questions, Mr. Thompson. You're not asking questions. You're making arguments. Now, do you want to see the video when you come into Augusta?
There's no need for me to see it coming into Augusta because I was at a complete stop at a stoplight. Once I proceeded out of the stoplight,
Mr. Thompson, you have to play by the rules here. And I've told you repeatedly, it's not time yet for you to argue. You'll get a chance to testify and then you'll get a chance to make your closing argument. Now you asked.
Okay, well, I'm done. I'm finished with my questioning. I don't need to see anything else of the video.
This charger actually repairs your phone while charging, and everyone thinks it's too good to be true. Nobody believed me at first, but...
All right.
I'm ready to proceed.
You don't have any more questions?
No more questions.
All right. Deputy or Mr. Regier, have you any questions or any response to this? Any cross-examination?
No further questions from the state, Your Honor.
All right, so we can take down the video.
I'm not sure how to.
How to close that? Well, if you just hit the X.
Stop share. Let's try that.
Yeah, there you go. You did it. All right, so there's no, okay, actually, Mr. Thompson was on cross-examination. There's no redirect, Mr. Regier.
None from the state, Your Honor.
All right, does the state rest?
State does so rest, Your Honor.
All right, now, Mr. Thompson, do you wish to testify? You don't have to, and it won't be used against you as evidence, but do you wish to?
No, there's no need to testify. I'll say what I need to say during closing argument.
No, you can't argue what you don't present as evidence. You can only argue what the evidence was. So, do you want to testify or not?
Well, then, if the testifying allows me to elaborate on what took place.
Well, if you want the court to hear anything more than what it's already heard, or if you want to argue anything more than what, based on what you've heard, then you'll need to present that evidence. But if you just want to argue about what the defendant said, okay, but you can't be adding anything more to the evidence unless it's actually presented as evidence.
So the video that we saw, that would have been presented as evidence. That's why I asked them to show the video. The video shows nothing but highway. And you're not going to see my car until we come to the stoplight.
Okay, that sounds like argument. So you don't want to present any other testimony?
No, I mean, there's
you can't, if you don't testify about the stoplight and all that, that's not evidence.
So you're saying me testifying about the stoplight would be evidence? Is that what you're indicating?
Right.
Okay, yes, then I'll testify to that.
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, now if you lower your hand, and sir, I really need you to put your camera where I can see your whole face. We've had a little bit of trouble with that. Okay, so you're John Thompson and you're the defendant in this matter, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, please tell me what it is that you believe is important for the court to consider in making a ruling today.
Well, as far as I believe, this is a non-necessary stop. When I got stopped, I was sitting at a stoplight. I come out of the stoplight. I had no idea why I was being stopped until he told me that he clocked me speeding somewhere 10 miles ago. Because it's 10 miles coming out of Leon, Kansas to Augusta. I officiate basketball, and I was officiating. I just finished officiating a basketball game, and so I was on my way home to Wichita, and I come out of the stoplight, and I see the light sign I'm being stopped, stating that I was speeding, and from what I could see there, I wasn't. I was within the speed limit within the area that I was in.
Anything else you'd like to say?
No, that's it, man.
All right, now Mr. Regier will have the chance to cross-examine you for your testimony. Mr. Regier, any questions?
None from the state, Your Honor.
All right, anything further, Mr. Thompson, you'd like to present as evidence?
No, that's it.
All right, both parties have rested. Brief closing argument, Mr. Regier?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
At the very end of the day, this is a straightforward set of facts. Pursuant to KSA 8-1558, subsection A4, quote, the limits specified in the subsection or established as authorized by law shall be the maximum speed limits, and no person shall operate a vehicle at a speed in excess of such maximum limits on all other highways 65 miles per hour. On the record, the officer identified the defendant as the driver. The defendant was driving the Chrysler. The stalker radar measured the defendant's speed at 90 miles per hour. The officer has testified that the legal speed at the stop's location was 65 miles per hour. The defendant was driving the Chrysler 25 miles per hour over the posted speed limit. The stop occurred off of US 54, a highway of this state. And there is nothing in the statute that requires a contemporaneous stop. So the state would respectfully suggest any arguments that the defendant has made on that point is entirely irrelevant. The state has nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Thompson, you've been wanting to make argument. This is your chance to do that.
Based on the evidence presented, the court did not prove that I was speeding. Just because he testified that I was driving the car does not prove that I was speeding. And so therefore, even in the video that you saw, there was no visibility of a car. The only time you're going to see a car is at a stoplight. And I'm coming out of the stoplight and I was not speeding. So therefore, I requested the court dismiss this based on not proving its case.
All right, thank you both. Mr. Thompson, as you testified, there was a lot of miles, or not a lot, but a fair Augusta. As Mr. Regier said, he didn't have to stop you immediately. He could have followed you a safe distance to run your tag and make sure you weren't a wanted criminal, or to make sure that there wasn't going to be something unsafe anticipated when he stopped you. So you offered the video, but you really didn't play enough of the video. You really didn't offer enough of the video to show really much of any helpful information to the court. Mr. Thompson, where are you going, please? Come back.
I'm not going anywhere. I had to pick something up.
Okay, thank you. Now, if you put your camera back down, please, so we can see you. All right, thank you, sir. So at this time, I believe that there is evidence to show that you were speeding 90 and a 65. The officer testified to the speed limit of 65. This court can certainly use its common experience of having driven that road many times. I know it is a 65 mile per hour zone. The question is, were you speeding 90? The officer testified he's trained and experienced at using the radar, that the radar was working properly, and that you were going 90 miles per hour. So I will find you guilty. The scheduled fine is $150 with $108 in court costs for a total due of $258. You can either pay that online, or I can give you some time to pay that. If you can't pay it today, you do have up to 14 days to appeal to the Kansas Court of Appeals. If you do appeal, your appeal bond will be $258 in cash. Mr. Regier, is there anything else that we need to address from the state's perspective?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Mr. Thompson, anything from your perspective we need to address?
Yeah, I need to understand what you're saying. You saying there's 14 days to pay the fine?
No.
Or is there a payment?
No. You have 14 days to appeal the decision to the Kansas Court of Appeals.
I'm not going to appeal the decision. That's a waste of time.
All right. How much time do you need to pay the $258? Can you pay that today, or would you like some time?
Give me 90 days.
All right. That must be paid in 90 days, 90 days from today. That'd be no.
Can I get documentation on that? Can somebody mail me something, email me something?
As far as that, you have till November 16th.
Mm-hmm. So
All right.
I can know exactly who and what I'm contacting to pay, so I don't have to drive all the way to El Dorado.
Mr. Regier, could you do a journal entry showing that he has until November 16th, 2023 to pay his fines and costs, and put in there the payment options such as paykscourts.com and the clerk's address. And then make sure he gets a copy of that sent to him. Do we have, excuse me?
Your Honor, the journal entry will be prepared in my office to reflect the court's order.
Okay. And do we have your
Okay.
Do we have your current
My email address? Email address, yes. I can reiterate it for you.
I was thinking we'd send it through regular mail.
They don't want you to know about it.
Hey, did you know you might get a big cash payout?
Okay.
You're saying you'd rather have it through email?
No, regular mail is fine.
Regular mail, all right.
What the address that's on the citation would be the address to mail it to.
Okay. Can you do that as well, Mr. Regier?
Your Honor, just to be clear, if the is the court ordering that the journal entry besides the 90 days to include the website to pay off the case? Or
I'm asking that you do that. I'm asking that you show where he can make payment. That he has 90 days to pay, and that he can pay through paykscourts.com or the clerk of the district court.
Your Honor, I will put a note in the file.
All right. So if you don't get that paid in 90 days, Mr. Thompson, the state of Kansas and Topeka through the Department of Revenue will most likely suspend your driver's license, and it will go to collections, where a collection agent will have judgment to enforce the $258. They'll add a percentage to it for their time and trouble. So I just want to caution you, it's very important that you get that paid by the 90 days, which is November 16th of 2023. So please try to remember that that's due so you don't get yourself in a bind with it. You have any questions about it, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much. We will be in recess at this time. Mr. Thompson is excused. Hey, put the camera on yourself if you want to tell me off, Miss Johnson.
I can put the camera where I want to. That's my legal right, man.
You are to appear. I will send the orders for you to appear personally, because you're going to serve some time for this disrespect. Miss Johnson.
It's disrespect with what you having him do on camera.
Disconnect her. This court
call will be here.
All right, I'm looking for a Johnson. Do I have a Johnson?
Yes, you do. I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, but you're not the Johnson I was looking for, but I will take your case up. I have a couple. I have a Danny Johnson, and well, don't I have her on here? Oh, she's Stasha Carter. Do you go by Johnson also?
Okay, so I'm here for Danny Johnson.
Oh, are you the attorney?
I'm a representative for him.
What does that
mean? That means I'm his wife, and we sent documentation.
Are you an attorney?
I'm an attorney, in fact.
You're not an attorney at law?
No.
Practice law.
Okay. So when you say you're an attorney, in fact, you're not an attorney, but you're here on his behalf as a citizen. Is that
no,
right?
I'm not a citizen. I'm not a citizen. But let me state for the record, Mr. Johnson is under doctor's care. He's in recovery. We sent the documentation over to the courts to show that, to show proof of that. We also reserve our rights to any and all reproduction or distributing of videos on social media platform. And we request the matter to be rescheduled at a later time when he can get through his recovery period.
All right, Mr. Johnson failed to appear at his first appearance, February 27, 2024. August 13th, 2024, he appeared. We took formal first appearance. He entered a not guilty plea. Actually, he objected, I think, to just about everything that we did. He was argumentative, disrespectful, interfered with court proceedings. I believe he was,
Your Honor. I think he was just.
Stop.
He was.
You don't have any standing here today, Miss Carter, because you're not his lawyer. You're not him.
I'm not Miss Carter. I'm not Miss Carter.
Then why does your screen say Sasha Carter?
That's what it says, but I'm not Miss Carter. And it says
Who are you? Who are you? Before I disconnect you from these proceedings, because you don't have standing to be here. What's your name?
Well, again, Mr. Johnson is under Dr.
Do you want to tell me your name?
He's here. I've already gave you my name, ma'am. I'm his
Well,
wife.
then say it again, because I must have missed it. What's your name?
Miss Johnson.
What's your first name?
Nicole.
How do you spell that, please?
Nicole.
Nicole Johnson. And you said you're his wife. Is that
That's correct? That's correct.
You're his legal wife. Okay.
Here's how a digital storm workstation can accelerate your machine learning projects. We only use professional grade GPUs.
Now, if you'll let me continue, and if you won't, then we'll have to remove you from the proceedings. On August 13th, 2024, he became, as I said, argumentative, disrespectful, and interfered with the court proceedings. I found him in contempt. He was arrested, and he was to serve 24 hours in jail. And then, as I recall, the military put a hold on him, and because of whatever reasons, he served more than 24 hours. But he was told to be back here September 27. And on September 27th, there was an issue that he either was or was not receiving medical service. And he wanted a continuance, and we ultimately continued it to today. Now, that's been a month ago. And you say he's still under doctor's care and can't be here today, or is that, what were you trying to explain there?
What I was expressing, ma'am, is that he was in surgery on the day of the court date. He had
30 days
actual
ago,
surgery.
he was in surgery. Okay.
Correct. The doctor put him under doctor's orders to stay on bed rest. And that's where he's currently residing at, on bed rest. And we sent in the documentation to the courts and the doctor. The doctor notified the courts that he's not to appear because he can't travel and he can't fly due to his surgery.
And we've made it clear to him that he can appear by Zoom. So I'm going to issue a bench warrant, bond forfeiture.
Hold on one second, ma'am, because he is here. He can hear you, but
put him on here.
Oh, he's on here, but he's in a recovery bed, ma'am, and it's a violation of his rights, his HIPAA rights, to be shown and be broadcasted all across social media as far as
bench warrant, bond forfeiture, no bond hold.
Ms. Webster.
Oh, now do you want to be on here, sir?
Well, I'm first of all.
Are you voluntarily appearing, Mr. Johnson?
No, under duress.
Okay,
I'm not duressing you at all. You don't have to be here.
Can I speak, please? I just want to let you know I'm on a series of medication that alter my. I'm on a medication that I'm supposed to be on bed rest from my procedures for the next 8 weeks, and for the following 8 weeks, and then I'm supposed to start my recovery. But I have reached out to the courts. I have had the hospital reach out to the courts in reference to my procedure and my process. I have requested a continuation. I have also sent in letters to request evidence from the case to continue the case prior to these procedures that I have not have not got a response back. So
Certified mail.
I sent it out registered mail that the courts received, I think on the 23rd, in requesting evidence of the case to continue prior to my surgery, but having the surgeon
It's an unforeseen circumstance.
Ma'am, I want you out of the case now. You're not his lawyer. He's talking, he's representing himself.
The creator,
You're out.
The creator made me his wife, and
I will find you in contempt of court.
Ma'am.
Stop talking, Miss Johnson.
Okay.
Now, both of you stop for just a moment. Miss Gillette, you haven't had a chance to say anything on this. Do you wish to be heard?
Because you're acting like the attorney.
I'm acting like the court, and you owe me $50, ma'am, for contempt. And if you have another outburst, you will go up, and it will be enforced. $50 direct contempt by Nicole Johnson for her interruption of the proceedings. Ms. Gillette, do you wish to be heard?
Good luck with that.
Ms. Gillette?
Sorry, I was making notes, Your Honor. In this matter, there have been lots of issues with Mr. Johnson. There is a letter here. I don't know if it came directly to my office or through the court. It's through the court because it was filed in the court file of
All right, so when you say through the court, you mean it went to the clerk?
It went to the clerk and was file stamped. There is
may or may not have made its way to my office, but if it has, I haven't seen it for the record. Go ahead, please.
There is a note from September 25th, 24. His other hearing would have been the 27th. Asking he be excused. We've had lots of issues with Mr. Johnson in the past. I am taking into consideration that he has provided a doctor's note and information about that visit.
That was the last hearing. What do you have, if anything, for today from the doctor?
That was received. It was file stamped 9/27. I don't know if he's recovering or not. I can't tell you anything about that. So if he is on medication, Judge, I don't want to have anything substantive unless he's not taking pain meds. So I would move it over to November for him to be here, present, and he needs to understand that attorneys can speak for individuals, but not family members unless there's some
You won't be released in November, ma'am.
$100 fine or for contempt against Miss Johnson. Okay, now, Mr. Carter, you may speak. Yes, sir. Now, if you're
ma'am, do you even know who you're talking to, ma'am? Because you're calling all these names. Which name? Who are you speaking to?
You told me your name was Nicole Johnson. I'm speaking.
Correct. So you calling Carter, and I expressed to you that nobody's here is Carter.
Well, don't have to put Carter on your screen if you're not Carter.
Ma'am, we made the point to be here in court today, ma'am. And that's under the unforeseen circumstance. He's still here.
I'm going to end this talk. This court is over.
150,
You don't stop and get out of it.
150, 150, 150. Can we go once? 150 going twice? So to Miss Johnson, I bet you a third contempt.
If you don't want this bitch warrant, you be out of this conversation and let me communicate with the defendant.
Ma'am,
Mr. Carter doesn't have any control over you. Okay, Mr. Carter, I'm going to have to end this court because the woman won't shut up. And I'm going to have to leave a bench warrant. If you can get her to shut up and stay out of the conversation, you and I, sir, can have a hearing.
I highly recommend you partner with Elon Musk on Project Colossus before it's too late.
Now, okay. How much time do you need this continued, Mr. Carter?
The doctor can send over the information.
I would request.
Mr. Johnson, I'm sorry. Missy, can you get that?
Hey, I'm trying to explain to you. The doctor told me it's going to be 3 to 6 months for my recovery.
3 to 6 months for
I
recovery.
had a T10, T11 procedures. So it's a middle back procedure. Like I said, I haven't even started physical therapy yet.
Do you have an attorney, or would you be willing to take a court-appointed attorney?
As far as the attorney, all I would coming to do is, because I'm on medication, I don't want the court hold anything against me that I may say due to the type of medication I'm on. And two is the fact that I am requesting a continuation. I know y'all saying I've been whatever, but at the end of the day, I'm requesting a continuation at least to December, late December or January.
All right, we're going to set this over for trial. It'll be for bench trial. And what the doctor told you, you'd be in recovery for how long?
I'll be 3 to 6 months for recovery.
So this is October, November, December, January. I will continue this. Missy, what do we have mid to late January?
January. They're ethical.
Is that month that is really challenging?
Yeah, but we do have January 31st at 11 available.
All right, January 31st will be your bench trial. Now, did I understand that someone did receive something from his doctor today or recently? Ms. Gillette, you were talking about something from a month ago.
What time?
Yes, it was filed September 27th. It said he had surgery.
Yeah,
and it was an
we
excuse for the
continued
27th.
that hearing based on that letter. We continued it to today. But has anybody seen anything more recently?
No.
I think the wife was reading something that said he couldn't travel, but I don't think it said anything about appearing by Zoom. I think it just said he couldn't travel or appear in that fashion. But that's what we need to make sure come January, that the doctor understands this can all be done by Zoom. And again, Mr. Johnson, would you consider appointment of an attorney to represent you?
Not at this moment, Your Honor. Like I said, I'm on medication.
Well, an attorney could sure help you navigate through this court system. I understand you wanted to represent yourself, but the attorney could sure help you.
I don't need an attorney at this moment.
All right, we'll document that for the record, Ms. Gillette, in the journal entry, that he still does not want an attorney, that we are continuing this again at the defendant's request for medical reasons to January 31st, 11 a.m. Now that's going to be for bench trial, so keep that in mind. The state will have their witnesses ready, and if you have any witnesses, you'll need to have them ready. Hopefully, you won't be under medications January 31st or in any situation that's going to affect that. But I won't issue the bench warrant. Nicole Johnson does owe me $100, or she owes the court $100. I'm going to give her 10 days to pay that. If she doesn't pay it, then she's going to face more contempt. That payment needs to be paid, Ms. Johnson, to the clerk of the district court. And that is in Eureka, Kansas at 311 North Main. And make sure you put on there contempt for case number GW 2024 TR22. And put on there that it's for payment for direct contempt of Nicole Johnson for continued, well, you won't have to put on there other than for contempt, but I do want the rest of it put in the journal entry, Ms. Gillette.
Well, if somebody tries to defend themselves, it's contempt. Or exercise their rights, it's contempt.
Ma'am, you don't have any rights in this hearing today.
I do. I'm not a citizen, ma'am.
I don't care what you consider yourself. You do not have any right to come into any court of law and start interrupting and delaying the procedures and absolutely deliberately and intentionally disobeying what the court instructs you.
Ma'am, I called the county attorney yesterday. I called the clerk yesterday.
I am going to tell you to stop talking one more time before I
know, because you don't want me to express my rights.
This is not your hearing. This is not about you. I really hate to have to send the sheriff to whatever state you're in.
You have not given no lawful consideration to this matter,
Mr. Johnson.
Under the doctor's care. He has provided all the documentation to show that he's under the doctor's care, ma'am, and you have not given no consideration to that.
You are so fortunate that you're not here in person, or you'd be locked up right now.
Yeah, I am fortunate.
And Mr. Johnson will be locked up if he is not here in person. Mr. Johnson is ordered to appear in person for bench trial January 31st, 11 a.m. Ms. Carter?
Yeah, because you want to retaliate against him, don't you?
Ms. Carter now owes $200 in fines, and I'm disconnecting this call so I don't have to send the Greenwood County Sheriff to whatever state she's in to get her picked up and locked up for contempt. This hearing is adjourned.
Ma'am,
Hey, that guy in the Kansas City Chiefs shirt. Yeah, your team sucks this year, dude. I hate to tell you.
Every time somebody expresses their lawful rights to defend themselves, you hold them in contempt. Why is that? You are a judge. You are compelled to provide protection for we the people. You acting as an attorney, giving advice to people, bringing people down, and he's in a situation to where he's under doctor's orders. It's a shame that you still wanted him to present himself under the doctor's orders of bed rest and medication before the court.
Put the camera on yourself when you talk to me, Ms. Carter,
and you
or
can
Ms.
put it out across social media, and you can talk down on them, and you can make money off of it because you go and you spread it, and then you get up all these views.
Put the camera on yourself if you want to tell me off, Miss Johnson.
I can put the camera where I want to. That's my legal right, man.
You are to appear. I will send the orders for you to appear personally because you're going to serve some time for this disrespect. Miss Johnson.
It's disrespect with what you having him do on camera.
Disconnect her. This court hearing is adjourned.
Yeah, disconnect yourself because you're unlawful.
All right. We will move on.
Even with duct tape, John. Even with duct tape. Hey, dude, I hate to tell you, but the Chiefs suck this year. At least the Bills are 4-3. I don't know if there is a part two to this. Judge Webster doesn't come up as much. Judge Webster doesn't come up as much as Judge Simpson or Judge Middleton or Judge McNally or Judge West or Judge Boyd or Fletcher comes up every day. So it doesn't. Judge Webster doesn't really come up all that much. I'll look for it and see if there's a part two to it. It might be in the playlist. It might not be in the playlist. I'll have to look through the playlist. So yeah, I'm just waiting to, I don't know, as soon as I can verify the new channel, then I can start moving the content, the court stuff from this channel over to that channel, and then remove it from this channel. This channel will go back as a tech channel, and the court stuff will be on the new channel. However, the rules of the new channel are going to be the same as they always were on this channel. There's no drama. Don't bring drama. Don't start crap in my chat. Because if I see it, when we do get started, I'm going to ban you. So all I ask is everybody who comes into that chat, behave yourself. When everything's set up and running, all I ask is you behave yourself. It's going to take some time to do all this. Well, I'll look into it, John, when I have a chance. It's just been some chaotic last couple of days here. Oh. Yeah, that'd be good. And see, you're gonna have to see. The thing is, now when I was doing moderators, I typed your name and it didn't come up, Gail. But I did Linda's and it came up. So when you and Linda, or you and Trin are on the new channel, I can make you moderators on that channel. Yeah, and this channel will be left as a technology channel. The damage that was done to it, the damage that was done to it, and I just can't. Anyway, I don't think court stuff should technically be on a tech channel. That's why I created the new channel, and I like the name, Daniel's Court Corner. Yeah, I like that. The Court Corner. If I ever do get monetized, I'm going to have mugs with it. Yeah, your name, I tried to type your name and it didn't come up as a moderator. It didn't come up with your picture. I typed Linda's and it came up. Trin, it's just going to be a thing that the only moderators that are going to be on that channel are going to be Linda, Linda, and Trin. I don't think we need 50 million moderators on a YouTube channel. But that's it for today, everybody. Tomorrow is Judge Raquel West. Let me look the schedule. Let's see. Tomorrow is Friday. Yep. That'd be Judge Raquel. Oh, Jesus. Raquel West. So tomorrow will be Judge West. Saturday will be miscellaneous cases, and then Sunday is always our landlord-tenant docket. And then next week we go back to Judge Simpson and Judge Middleton and Judge Fletcher. It alternates. See, what I'm doing is I'm alternating content. I'm alternating judges. So that's going to be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time. If you're not a subscriber to this, if you're a subscriber to this channel and you like the court content, you need to jump on over to the new channel and subscribe. I put the link in the community post. And if you're not a subscriber to this channel or to my court channel, you need to jump on over there and subscribe to the court channel. Because I'm good with doing this. This is putting content. So that's it. You guys are so bad sometimes. I will see you tomorrow, Ciao, ciao, ta-ta, arrivederci. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Come down to it all with your tools in hand, making magic flow. Every broken part, you help me grow. You fix it all, fix it all. You fix it all. Daniel, you make it right. Daniel, everything's right when I'm falling apart. You put me back together. You make it better. From the wires tangled up to the broken dreams. You know how to mend all my scattered seams. With your steady hands, you refill my heart. Every piece that's lost, gets a brand new start. You fix it all, fix it all. You fix it all. Daniel, you make it right. Daniel, everything's bright when I'm falling apart. You put me back together. Daniel, you make it better. Make it right when the world shuts down and I can't see clear. You're my solid ground, always drawing near. Never give up on this heart of mine. Put it back together every single time. Tall to all you do. From the highest peak, I can see it through. With your care and touch, everything's okay. Daniel, you're